Hello, guys. Welcome to 10-Minute English with May. Today, we're doing a vocabulary lesson. So, as you can see, we have our first word with us, which is hackneyed. So, let's look at the context. What is hackneyed? The hackneyed phrase, have a nice day, is heard so often that it has become almost meaningless. The worst part of our family reunions is hearing my uncle's hackneyed jokes, the ones he's been telling since about 1950. So we know that hackneyed phrase or hackneyed jokes, they're talking about things that have been repeated over and over again. So the meaning is worn out, unoriginal, or overused. So picture yourself trying to cut down a tree, right? You have to keep hacking away at it, and this repetitive action gets boring after a while. And why are you hacking away at the tree? Because you need wood. Hack need. Hackneyed, overused. Now, we want to try and memorize as many synonyms as possible because we want to be efficient in our vocabulary learning. So now, another word that is similar to hackneyed is banal. Banal is an adjective and the noun is banality. So let's look at the example. The movie was filled with banal dialogue that failed to keep the audience engaged. Overused dialogue, boring dialogue. The banality of his daily routine made him long for something more exciting and unpredictable. So his daily routine is very mundane, is very boring, the banality of his life. Now, if we try and put it into an SAT type question, despite the speaker's attempt to captivate the audience, so we know despite means is contrast, right? Despite the fact that he wants to captivate his audience, the stories were so predictable and lacking in depth that they quickly descended. So we know again, descended, meaning you are spiraling down, right? You are going downward. So whatever follows, the vocabulary has to be negative in context. By the end, many in the audience were yawning, uninterested in hearing yet another cliche. So, cliche is another word. It comes from French. That's why it has the accent on the E. But something that is cliche is also overused. So, banality. Now, if you look at A, B, and D, A is coherence. So, when something is coherent, it is well connected and easy to understand. So, it's a positive word, which can be crossed out. Eloquence, when you say someone's very eloquent, the person is very good with words, very articulate and persuasive. So it is another positive word, which can be crossed out. And abyss, abyss is a negative word. However, it is very extreme. When you say you're in an abyss, it comes from the Bible. It means you're in a very desperate situation. You have no way out, kind of like the bottom pit. All right. Now, how do we memorize banal and banality? Look at this picture. This is a monkey bored out of his mind because every day he can only eat bananas. So eating bananas, banal, bananas, is his reality. And it's very boring. Banality. Now, the next word is platitude. Okay, so let's look at example sentence. The manager's speech was filled with empty platitudes about teamwork, offering little substance. So there's not much meaning, all fluff. That's platitude, meaningless words. Instead of addressing the real issues, he resorted to repeating the same tired platitudes we've all heard before. Again, repeated, meaningless, boring words. So, how do we memorize it? So, I'm sure you guys know the word gratitude. To show gratitude is to say that you are thankful. So, how do you usually show your gratitude? You only say thank you, right? You can see the picture here saying thank you over and over again. It's so overused it becomes a platitude. All right. And the next word is bromide. So you can see on the left-hand side, right, KBr, which stands for potassium bromide, and it is a chemical compound. Now, this potassium bromide, it was widely used as a sedative and anticonvulsant in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. And it was one of the earliest and most commonly used tranquilizers. So use them to calm people down or to stop people with epilepsy from convulsing. And as people began to associate potassium bromide with the calming, numbing effect, the word bromide evolved to mean a cliche or boring statement that fails to engage the listener. It's almost like a mental sedative. All right. So if you don't know the word sedative, right, it's something kind of like a medication to calm people down or put people to sleep. So bromide has two meanings. The first is the literal meaning, which we just said, right? It is a chemical compound, like on the left-hand side, the picture. The doctor once prescribed bromides as a sedative. There we go. And the second meaning means a trite, unoriginal, or overused remark or idea, like platitude, right? Like our hackneyed expression, like our banality. His speech was full of bromides about hard work and perseverance, right? It's very cliche and it kind of loses its meaning or effectiveness. All right. And moving on to our last word for the day, which is trite. So, a trite expression is the same as a hackneyed expression. The speech was filled with trite phrases like follow your dreams, never give up, which failed to leave any lasting impact on the audience. Or his marriage proposal was so trite, so cliche, down on one knee with the roses of teeth, that I half expected a romantic comedy soundtrack to start playing in the background. So you can see the picture at the left-hand side. I apologize for the freaky facial expression. I asked ChatGPT to generate this picture, but it kind of looks like Attack on Titans proposing. All right, so now let's come up with a mnemonic to help us memorize the words for the day. So you can see here, boring phrases bring hackneyed truths. So each alphabet in red stands for a word that we learned today. So boring, very banal, banality, right? Remember the monkey eating bananas every day? And phrases starting with P, which is platitude. So if you only know how to say thank you whenever you're showing your gratitude, it becomes a platitude. And BR, bruh, which stands for bromide, right? Potassium bromide, but now it means cliche, like a mental sedative. And hackneyed is, of course, our word, hackneyed, trite, overused, which brings us to our last word, truths, which stands for trite, a trite expression. All right, so by using visual elements and kind of come up with mnemonics, I think we can learn our words more effectively. That's it for today. See you next time. Bye bye.